adresse M107 rue du Faubourg Saint-Honoré, 75 08 Paris. Sans oublier le Minitel 15 code MCM. On vous dit paix, amour et rognon de début, crème de cour. Rendez-vous la semaine. Aussi insatiable que le diable de Tasmanie, aussi teigneux que Sam le pirate, c'est Dr Riviera, l'émission qui chaque semaine vous brûle les glandes cortico-médulo-surrénales. Au sommaire de cette 56e édition monumentale, Metallica, avec des interviews de James et Jason Newsted, des images de leur concert à Weedsport dans l'état de New York lors des toutes dernières dates de leur gesque tournée en affiche, et en prime, les archives de Miss vous proposeront l'invité d'un live filmé de leur tournée Injustice for All. Voici donc un excellent avant-goût de ce que vous pourrez voir lors de la tournée européenne maintes fois repoussée pour cause de succès planétaire de Metallica.
Hey, where you going? Oh. Hey, that's James from Metallica.
I'm Jason Newsted from Metallica. You're watching Dr. Heavy and Mr. Hard.
Well, the band never really expects anything, you know. We just kind of started doing things. Like the album too, you know, going into the studio, we thought the songs were written, everything was ready to go. We churned it out really quick. We're laughing about Justice, how, you know, we mixed while we were on tour thing. Oh, that'll never ever happen again. And, you know, of course it, you know, and just like with the tour, oh, there's no way we're gonna go as long as Justice, you know, it's too much, and it looks like it's going to be longer. So, yeah, we've been out since August. We'll be out till probably March of next year. So, year and a half or more. It doesn't really matter where you are, you can get sick of touring, you know, really. I mean, I'd rather be touring in the States because at least, you know, you're close to home, you can get by, you know, or whatever, but sometimes you just really get in shitty moods and you don't want to sign things, you don't, you know, just rather avoid the whole thing instead of being there like, give me the fucking thing, you know. You don't want to do that. But we've got a break coming up, and, you know, the last week of the leg is always the toughest, because you know there's a break coming up, and it's like, you know, you just want to go home. So about 8 weeks, and then have a week off is we found that's kind of the borderline. You can't go any further than that. We get along pretty good, you know, and we, when there's a problem that arises, we speak to each other, you know, right away. You don't want any people talking shit behind each other, and, you know, that's what the crew does, you know. They're good at that. All the gossip and all that crap. We confront each other, let each other know how we're feeling right away. And basically, that's what keeps everything honest and the level. And that way you don't get any little bullshit in the way. Because we're out to have fun, you know, and play music, not to fucking mess with each other's minds or anything, you know. How we'll do that in Europe. In the States, it's been like contest winners on the radio. We'll walk around the show, you know, before the show and have people pick out like old Metallica shirts, you know, or people who have seen us at least 10 times or whatever, you know, get to come see it, you know, from a different view. A lot of times they don't want to, you know, they'd rather be where they are. You can really, there's two different things to that. You know, you can be so close that you can't really feel the hugeness or see the hugeness of it. You can feel it, but if you're sitting back a ways and really get a hold of the whole light show and everything, so you really cut us twice. You know? Putting out a live video from like from Justice and from this indoor, kind of combined. It's long. I'm not thinking about it all, you know. Maybe, you know, next year sometime we'll think about it.
Crashing all around, acting like a maniac. Come on, lift it up, man. Hey, I don't see any action out there, man. Whiplash. 1, 2, 3, 3, 9 and a half.
The new stage turned out to be a big hit in America. We did almost 130 shows on this new stage, and that started back in the end of October of 1991. It took us up to the present, just about when we sit here, 4th of July in 92. And like you say, it was very, I think, innovative stage. You know, they were around before, and they've had revolving stages, and they've had this and that. There was never that kind of a stage where the audience was so involved in the show and the overall energy. Even more, the audience was even more involved in the show than they usually are at a Metallica show. There's always a great aura and a great energy and a feeling at a Metallica show, but there's even more because if you look at pictures, you've seen pictures from far off, it looks like we're playing in the middle of the audience. There's audience everywhere. There's no place really for us to hide. You know, we have to play things all the time. So it was very very difficult, I think, in the beginning, the first few shows, to get used to that, and always being very conscious about somebody's behind you when you're playing and that kind of thing. But after 5 shows, 6, when we started going, it was like nothing, and we got very spoiled, actually, on that stage, and having the monitors come up from underneath and all the sound being real nice. Coming up to the outdoor shows again and having the amps behind you and everything, it's all, you know, had to get used to this again after being spoiled on the really cool stage.
Yeah, here we go!
The reason for the delay of European shows, I think, was probably it was due to extreme success that we didn't really plan on. I think to this extreme is what I mean. The shows were really good, and the videos started taking off. Everything just kept falling and snowballing as the shows went on, and so we just had to keep doing it. There was a lot of people in the main areas that wanted to come in. Again, just like, we've been doing these outdoor shows, the places that we played 3 nights, say in Chicago. We just did a show in Chicago, and there's still 20,000 people came to see the show again. And it just keeps going. I think it's very important to yourself when you're playing on big stages and get all caught up with a lot of people to go and enjoy other musicians and listen to other music and let yourself be entertained and be influenced by as many people as you possibly can. When I've really been getting into blues and jazz and stuff, and when I see somebody like David Sanborn, I'll see him times. Next week I get to see David Sanborn. And other blues players that I see, Buddy Guy and Albert King and Stevie Ray and, all these people, a huge influence on me, make me feel great, it makes me, the respect that I have for those people just makes me want better all the time. I did a blues actually a couple weeks ago in Phoenix with a couple guys from Flotsam and Jetsam. Did this club in Phoenix where Flotsam and Jetsam always played from 1981, all and sold out in a couple minutes, and did like Albert King and Willie Dixon and all this song and some of our own music and stuff, all blues though. And I sang some, and then some other people sang some. Singer from Flotsam, drummer and bass player from Flotsam. It's huge. My first blues gig, man.
Fucking great one, man. Absolutely. You fucking treat us good, man. We'll see you around. Good night from Metallica. Thank you.
Ainsi s'achève cette 56e récidive de Dr. Heavy et Mr. Hard. Mais qu'on se rassure, le tandem infernal sévira à nouveau dès la semaine prochaine dans une spéciale clip qui vous permettra de découvrir entre autres les derniers méfaits vidéo d'Alice Cooper, Danzig, ainsi qu'un clip rarissime d'ACDC avec Bon Scott dans les archives de Mr. Hard. Ne perdez un instant et envoyez votre courrier massif à la nouvelle...